Hello and welcome. Current date is the 11th of May, 2012. No, 2021. Numbers are close enough. 4:07 p.m. Eastern Time. And my name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades, and amongst the like. Yeah, that's each his own risk and their own reward. Start off with Litecoin against Bitcoin, then Litecoin against the USD. It got up to, well, this 20 handle's been near the top area. So since this decline, or since the move down, which takes us back to really 2019, over 2 years. Never even getting a chance to get above the 18 average of highs until then. And it had a decent amount of periods, but hasn't even gotten above or even tested this resistance yet. Thus, looking like an area of where we may go to at any significant move if we have it as a potential level of resistance. Leg lower, a little bit of move above the 18, but not much grinding out there. Establishes a little bit of resistance here and pierces above, but again, unable to do it. A small failed breakdown here. It looked like it maybe could have went down more as it had a nice breakdown below the 18 lows, but didn't do anything after. Bearishly, that is. However, this is period number 4 since getting above the 18 average of highs. Made this move, and then I come back in here. Nice little pause inside month. And it's starting to go back higher. This level of resistance matches in here. And even for that matter here. Yeah, I mean, I see that looking like there might be a good possibility as if we may have a move. And yeah, that level of resistance would probably be one of the next key levels in the 80-ish or so handle. And then psychologically the 10 number, or 0.01, 1%. Would probably be the next key level there after that. And against the USD, close to 300 US dollars. And it's on, looks like, what, 8 months in a row? I mean, it's early in the month, but we've completed 7, it looks like, 3 months in a row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. It opened October of last year at 46 bucks. 293 now, and really it's in that area of its all-time highs. And the lines in here, 23.6, 38, 61, 76. It's just blasting past this. So that, yeah, failed breakdown. Yada yada. That's what markets do at times, and that's what it's doing in here. And it's just doing very nice amongst the 18 average of highs several times. This is like the 3rd time it's had a move, if not 4, where it's had 4 good legs higher. You have this move in here in November, sideways action, up, down, up, down, up, down. So like 3 of these moves in here where it supported the 18 average of lows very well. But it supported the 18 averages lows, or excuse me, 18 average of highs 4 times. December, support, support, and lifting off. So established resistance came in on the April 12th month at 335. Looking to me as if it's going to break at next key levels, previous high at 420. Theta's up $1 today. On the weekly chart, just how do you do kind of deal. Just doing fantastic. On the daily, it's been, I don't know if you want to call it showing strength at the 18 average of highs. It's resisting the highs and it's supporting the close, not the lows. And that's an interesting thing. And it's trying to escape this level of previous short-term resistance, and keyword short-term resistance. As the levels of highs was at like 11 and 7/9, 1177, 1170. It's pretty much at that point. It's level or 2 periods just holding in there. And it's, if it breaks that, then it's okay. So now we're going to go like the 13 up to like maybe 15 area, previous resistance of the previous all-time highs. I do like to see how within such we had this little bit of this failed breakdown in here where it had a nice little selling on April 23rd, and then even in here, like April 24th or so, well, definitely 24th, where it's breaking down below 18 average of lows, looking, oh, we're going to probably retest the lows and even go, maybe go lower than that, maybe go back to 5, 4, 3, $2 or whatever. Maybe not, though. But in order for me to say, oh, this is going to be tremendously high, we're going to have like great prices like 30, 50, 60, 100, whatnot, until we get above this resistance, not anytime soon as a high probability. Because again, if this bullish sentiment goes through, all it would mean is target level as to where we came from before. Against the Bitcoin with Theta, A lot of the sideways action as well in here. And this great move it's had on the daily, seeing it go from like even 6,000 was a high number because that's a number that it was been. You can see the resistance in here, even just holding and staying well above where it came from before. And it's been a long sideways action, but it has not been above the 18 average of highs much at all since April, really. So all of April, for the last month or so. One attempt, April 16th and the 17th. Obviously failed break it. Was there a failed move to the downside? If it is, it was a fast move and not much of one, meaning it went from like 26 change to 15. Didn't even lose half its value. And then it regains its where it was for the whole time since it got there. Because a little bit of a failed breakdown here on 14th and 15th, but it didn't do anything more, just like this one here. Three of them. So there's a failed breakdown, failed breakout, failed breakdown in here. A little bit on this day, but it definitely recovered intraday on April the 18th. So the price the whole time, and even still now, within the 18, and thus in a major neutrality move, and so many attempts, but nothing has resolved from each one. Again, attempt here. Well, really this attempt and this attempt. So it looks to me as if it's going to attempt again to make a move on to the upside. It also means it'll be the third hit time in the area when it makes its move to its next target, which is around the 257. And there's no reason for me to say again that this thing is going to be most likely having a big move up soon against the Bitcoin. So we're talking 40,000 or whatever, 50, 60,000 Satoshi or higher, until I next see it close to 30, like 28. As it very easily could have a move up to this resistance and, well, not see that level again for a while, meaning maybe it comes up to here, then it pulls back down to 17, and then whatever, maybe it doesn't rally much from there, and then the next thing you know, it goes to 12, then to 8, and then it takes 6 months or 8 months to get there. That's going to be common at some point, where it hits a high and it just takes a long time. Sort of like Litecoin. Litecoin way back when hit the 20 handle. Now it's, or 200. Now it's at like 50 or 4 times lower. And it would be, if it gets back there, it would, we'll be back years later. So it's going to make a high at some point that will, whenever and how much higher, I don't know, that it probably won't see for a significant period of time again. Next up is Tezos. Nice little breakout above the 18 average of highs. But it's been showing a lot of strength amongst it ever since it originally got above it here back at the start of the year. A decent grind moves to the upside, as it made this first leg to get above it at the start of the year. A little bit of like 3 or 4 periods doing this sideways stuff. Nice leg higher up to 5 and change. Comes back down, then shows all the strength amongst the 18 average of highs, and then a mediocre move higher. And I'm using the word mediocre, meaning, yeah, it didn't do anything magnificent, but did it have a noticeable move above the 560 high? Yeah. Was it about the minimum amount to have a nice minimum noticeable move? And I think the answer to that again is yes. I mean, it could have been much better, but hey, I mean, you come back, you make a higher low down to $4, which was higher than the previous low of $2.96, this area. And we can see now it's all going to come down to retracement from the $4 lows. And these 7 and 3/5, or what's the exact high? 767, so 7 2/3. It's been a pretty decent run thus far. Amongst it on the daily, we can see this move in here. It comes up, first time it comes up to correctionary phase from the selling. Does not pull back when it hits the lows. Rather, it gets above that and then stays and trades within the band, like in the mad move for 3 days, and then it gets to the highs on the 30th. The next day extends above it and holds it for the next day. Now it's breaking out from that right now. Thus, we're at highs not seen since April 20th, which is only just a few days or a couple of weeks, what have you. But let's take a look at some Fibonacci math. The high is $7.68. The low is $4.03. So high divided by low to the exponents of 38.2 and 61.8 are the ones I'm going to be concerned about, which is $5.16 and $6 even. And it's pretty much at that 6 number now. So So this $5 area, we can see, what was the exact number again? 516. It was an area that didn't really show resistance at all. Came up to it and it got above it and then supported it for a quite significant period of time. And you can see, I mean, it looked like, okay, wow, we're not resisting it, so we're probably going to have a quick move to 6 now. Because one of the things, and this is rare that it happened, that we have this move where it supports the first key level majorly, and it doesn't have resistance at it. It doesn't have a no resistance fast move next, because it just now is making it to that next key level. It did so in the previous period. It's getting up to like 570, 580, still decently short, especially because it always seems to pierce extra. So therefore, test of the key fib line. If it resists this area, the major hold is always going to be the key lows, about $4, to whatever the highs here happen to be. Or in other words, the 38.2 number. So that $5 would be pretty much a key hold area. And then getting above it, if you can see signs where it's like, if you see anything like this on the 61.8, or that gets above it, then it, like, ideally what would be perfect for setup situations is it makes further gain above where we are, or above 61.8. Okay, I'm just going to try to get my drawing tool in, and something like that. And then it comes back to that level and just does something like this for a bit, establishing some resistance, and then you see something like that, how it's starting to break out above it. That's the telltale signal that's probably going to come at least to previous high. And finishing this off with the Bitcoin cross, and these levels have been interesting. 1180 and the previous low here at 889 handle. However, we had major resistance between 1,000 to like 1,021, and it's significantly above it now. Just having fantastic moves here in these single hours, so amongst the short-term time frame. But if it gets above this level, you can expect it to go to 1865 very fast, or noticeably, usually fast, but in a noticeable move. And finally, away from cryptos, silver, it's up over $1 today. Or, yeah, $1.12, up for 4.34%. It's been spending some time amongst the 18 average of highs here on the daily. Had a nice little break up to April 21st, but yeah, just an okay one. A retest of this high. And most certainly resisting it and correcting it successfully. Now it's successful as this broke past resistance. So now what's the next previous level? 28 low change, 28 quarter. And then above that, we're talking 30 low change as well. So those would be the next key levels of resistance. But overall, this is in a major range between like 22 and 30. So to go to the upper end, there's still $3 full to go to the 30 mark. These lines, if you're curious about them, represent Fibonacci from this low to this high. 23% down, 38. So didn't even make a 38% down move within this last play. A couple times close. And I find that interesting because most times these markets pierce extra. No way. So thus, this is a major pierce extra to me on the 23.94. And it's had monstrous support at that level, at the 24 mark. And after the support mark resisted or broke out on December 16th last year, and it really had a failed lackluster attempt where it made this higher low, a higher high to match in here. But after showing all this strength here from like February, into February, basically all of February, it never got going. And then we have this move that comes back down, retested this level. Not much time at all, which is odd because oftentimes it can be reversed to such. Meaning, first time, and it kind of did here with this like quick bit here, but you come to a support area really fast and you don't spend much time there. So if you wanted to buy or sell there, you didn't have much time to do it. And then you lift off fast. And then you come back to it and you just chop around. Meaning, oftentimes I'd see this first and I'd see something like this. And this was just wowzers. To go from the start of September to like December, a full season of congesting at $24. but it's giving me a statement, price action, that this thing wants to break out. Weekly, it's still stuck in that little band, but looking to possibly break out there as well. And on the monthly term time frame, a couple support tests of the 18 average of highs. And this would be really retest number 2 from this amazing move, which started from like here up to here. Pull back, test number 1, retest that is. Retest up. Didn't go higher. Come back, okay. Higher low, so now we're at a spot where if it's starting to go up there, the probability odds of taking out resistance become very, very high. In switching up Fibonacci, this is now from the lows and the highs. For this selling to be a failed move, it needs to have a monstrous break above where we are now, or hold and stay for a significant period above, which is 28.5. And it's looking to me as if we're ready to break that level, and soon. Which means intermediately for the intermediate term time frame, that is, I got 35 1/3 as a level of resistance. Then after that previous high, and it's multiple hit high because 1980, which is just wow. Then above that 130. Then above that, we're talking 4 figures. And don't be surprised. At least I wouldn't be as surprised if it goes well, nicely going past 1,000, meaning several thousands. Might be like over 10. Now that's crazy to say, but I wouldn't be surprised. As a lot of it goes to gold to silver ratio. Does it and do we have any major situational spots where there is a real crisis on industrial level, where there's just not enough physical silver for what is needed in industrial demand? Gold today breaking out 1.3%. Well, not as much, not as up, not going up like silver is, which means the ratio will come up next, and it's of course going down. But for gold, excitation of the 18 average of highs with this level of resistance established. Looks like just quickly here the area of like 18 and change. Could get blast through the 1800s pretty nice, closer to $60, $70, $75 move should occur on a breakout. So the ratio is 66 2/3. That's how many ounces approximately of gold you're going to need of gold for silver. And it's the way it's leaving the 18 average within this level of support. It looks to me as if in time, a retest between 62 and this congestion area of 64 should come into play. And this area here between 67 and change up to about 60, between 67.5 and 68.5. I'd be looking now as a resistance point on any intermediate term, short term rally, really short term rallies, I guess you would say. This is interesting because this is showing a monstrous failed breakout past pattern, and it looks like we're having that failed breakout fast move lower move right now, and that we're having this next leg. The statement was made really around like the start of the year, January, February, as it was breaking down below this for the second time. That we need more than we're gonna go to the next key level. That's 53 and change, and so far it's making that concise move, and it looks like it could even take like 6, 7, 8 periods. Maybe it could happen like end of the year, start of the year, concisively moving. Just go like maybe 4 down here, maybe an up or sideways, and then the next move or 2 periods later it goes down below and hits like 51 or something. And that'd be better. Okay, let's see how support is. Meaning, I don't know where we go from there. I do believe in time that I'm super aggressive with my prediction on this. Yeah, I believe we'll go down to 30. But I remember hearing from the early days of investing in silver that the historic ratio is like around 15 to 20, which I think we'll test as well. If not even 10, because mathematically I can see why it should be 9 or 10. But a ratio of 1 to 1 with gold, that would be crazy. If it doesn't happen, whatever. But for me, small selling down at the previous low here at 30. Yeah, still small selling at around 16, 10, 12 area, but a little more aggressive. And then as it breaks into single digits, if it gets there, that's when I put aggressive metal into turning silver into gold. And finally, show Bitcoin, which I usually talk a lot about at the start of the video. This time I'm going to barely talk about and finish it off. The video, that is. Yeah, Bitcoin's holding and staying above the 18 average of highs right now for a few days at a key 61.8 level from this high to this low. If we do that for several more, wowzers, it could be in line for great moves. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.